Well, good evening. I'm sure many of you have heard the news, um, heard the news that the Society of St. Pius X is intending on consecrating bishops, more bishops coming up in July. They're looking at July 1st here. Um, and this is huge news, absolutely huge. Here we have the letter that was put out. Um, see, this was just this morning, actually, here in the United States, although would have been a little bit later in the day in France, I believe. Yeah, Father Pagliarani, who's the Superior General, he had said that he had tried getting an audience with Holy Father, Pope Leo, and to raise some concerns and the needs of the society to have new bishops, but it seems like he possibly didn't get that audience, so he wrote some letters and were not answered. And direct the bishops of the society to consecrate more bishops now. Why is this important? Well, as many of you likely know, anybody who's in the loop with tradition and especially in regards to um, the society is really the only traditional order that has bishops, the only Latin Mass only society that has bishops. And originally there was four consecrated in 1988 in Cone, Switzerland. And since that time, two of them have passed away. Bishop Williamson was actually kicked out of the society, but he passed away recently. And Bishop Tissier also recently passed away. And the remaining two bishops, Bishop Fillet and Bishop de Galaretta, are certainly getting up there in their years. They are taking on a lot of responsibilities in their old age. And quite frankly, um, they physically may not be able to do the job of a bishop for very much longer. And the society has only grown since 1988. I mean, think about how many more faithful there are nowadays than there were 40 something years ago. It's a completely different world. Um, and so the decision has come. We can't wait any longer, says Father Pagliarani. And here is a quote from Archbishop Lefebvre. The single goal is still ours today, just as it was 50 years ago. That is why, without any spirit of rebellion, bitterness, or resentment, we pursue our work of forming priests with the timeless magisterium as our guide. We are persuaded that we can render no greater service to the Holy Catholic Church, to the Sovereign Pontiff, and to posterity. And that's really the pivotal thing, The consecration of bishops isn't meant to be a rebellious thing. It's meant to preserve tradition. That's why they're doing this. And without bishops, you can't really do a whole lot, right? We need the bishops to ordain priests, to administer confirmation, mainly that, right? But having two bishops travel the entire world to do confirmations every year is it's a lot. It's a lot. And so now they are getting ready to consecrate some more. Anyways, that brings us to a question we all have to ask ourselves. How do we react to this? What do we do about this? And truthfully, there's really not much you can do. And that's actually kind of a peaceful thought, right? It's not your responsibility to make any kind of decision on, right? There's nothing you do in this regard matters. So we can be a little bit detached from it as lay people, and that's good. That being said, it does bring up similar issues that we had in 1988, questions and concerns of schism. Is this a schismatic act? Is this rebellious? What are we doing? Society, can we not? And of course, I think this is a perfectly reasonable thing to do. That's my personal opinion. I think um, they clearly have great deference for Pope Leo the 14th, and they don't want to just ignore him. But you need to have some kind of communication in order to move forward. Um, Nonetheless, there's going to be a lot of people who are now going to think to themselves, "Wow, this is a schismatic move. You know, is blatantly going over disregarding Pope Leo," and I don't think that's the case at all. I don't think that's the case at all. I think as lay people, the best thing we can do is detach ourselves from this and have patience. Don't be reactionary. We live in a world of uh, just reacting to things as they happen. I mean, heck, I'm kind of being a hypocrite because it's somewhat what I'm doing right now. But we react so strongly to things we haven't really taken a lot of time to sit and pray about and think about and and work through. The society today is the same society as it was 88 or in 1988, not 88 years ago, but in 1988, and it's going to be the same society in 10, 15, 20 years from now. It is a little bit disappointing, I will say, to hear of the Pope's response to the society, or maybe you could say his lack of a response in some ways, because the society has done so much good work for the church as a whole. They've brought so many people into the faith. They go into places that really not many other priests would go to preach and evangelize and spread the gospel. And again, they've only grown and grown and grown. And people are obviously very attracted to the society for a reason. It's one of the last places we still find tradition, traditional teachings, traditional Catholic doctrine, dogma. And it's one of the last places that you don't see the the lay faithful fighting and bickering with their own priests about tradition. And it would be nice to um, for that to be seen and recognized and turn into some kind of working relationship with the Holy See and with Rome. Obviously, there is some kind of relationship, as we see. Father David Pagliarani is, trying to maintain communication with the Pope, just as the bishops have done in the past and continue to do. But it would be nice to be recognized for that in some way, and you know, maybe just throw us a bone every once in a while. I don't know. Like, why do you have to fight against it, right? Like, sometimes it just feels like like they don't want to see the church grow. Like they don't want to see the fruits of the church. Obviously, that's not the case. Hopefully, God willing, but it's what it feels like. Otherwise, why would you be bashing the society and making it more difficult for them to do
I just wouldn't be too worried about it. Did we lose live? What happened?